Hey folks, Shumbobby here again with another VOD review, or I suppose more accurately, two VOD reviews on the Duckling 202 class for Too Loose with a Shard Hunt. So let's pull up this screen and get it started. Let's see, that should have worked. Hopefully it did. Looks like it did. We're good to go. Oh, I still have Shanigan here on the comms tracker, but that's okay. I was planning on being joined here in the booth by my friend Shanigan, but he had some some unfortunate traffic issues arise this evening. So I'm hoping we can get him in for the second VOD, or maybe even towards the end of the first one. But either way, I'll be sticking out till the end. I'm hopefully going to offer you some new insights to bring your games up to that next level of play, right? So our two runners tonight are in order, Herbie B and Felisan, both of whom are already seriously impressing me with their race times. So their willingness to challenge themselves and really just how much work they're both putting in. So I'm hoping that I can find specifics in the gameplay, and I'm glad that I'm joined in chat by both of them this evening. Hopefully we can pick their minds a little bit, or they can prompt me with some additional questions if I don't call out something, or perhaps they were thinking of making a different decision at a certain point. So hopefully we can get you what you want out of these VOD reviews, but also I'm going to try to generalize what I can for all the ducks to hopefully learn something from this. I haven't seen either of these videos yet, aside from a little bit of work to trim down the intros, so everything I see will be genuine first-time reactions. All right, so let's get started. Let's just briefly, I'm going to pause this actually before it gets started, so I can cover what actually belongs going on in a shard hunt, right? Like one of the first things that you want to do in every one of these races is to identify what your win conditions are and kind of how you're going to approach them, right? And so a Too Loose 28 shard hunt, both runners have submitted their 202 VODs to me. So both of these flag sets are going to be the 28 shards with Too Loose incentive items. That screams to me, take a thief and or a fighter. And so I'm glad that in this case Herbie did. So the reason for that is that you're going to be just opening up so many boxes along the way, and both thieves and fighters benefit from seeing greater gear. Their scaling is less in levels and more in gear, and just by virtue of having to open probably like somewhere between a third and a half of the boxes in the game, you're going to stumble into a really good weapon for them. You're going to be stumbling into armor. You're going to grab an extra ribbon here and there. It's just a very safe flag set, and you're going to be doing a lot of exploration. So a thief, especially with the bonus agilities, going to be running quite frequently for you. So I'm glad that that's the party we got started with. This is absolutely my favorite version of a party, although I usually put my white mage in slot 3, only because there is an infinitesimally smaller chance that slot 3 gets hit, and I want my life caster in that slot. But that's a very, very minor nitpick. Also, just going to call your attention to the bottom corner of the screen. Herbie was kind enough to be running the info timers for us, and so we're going to get to see how much time Herbie spent in battle, in menu, and in shops, because that is going to be a really, really big time save, I think, across the board for just about every duck. I mean, I still talk about it with the people on my Fall League team and my co-op partner. We're constantly trying to reduce our time in menu and time in shops. So having that as an indicator, totally valid in a race scenario. I welcome you all to also get that Lua script going so that you can sort of track that for yourselves. All right, if there are no questions immediately, I'm just going to start playing. I'm likely going to throw this into a 1.5 speed, just so that we can have some time to actually see both runners. So let me just do that now, and I think we are good to go. Love the countdown timer. Mine never works anymore. I don't know why. All right, so we go into Canaria first immediately. I mean, that's standard fare stuff, right? Arm 4 on the white mage. That's why you take a white mage these days. I'm glad we picked up Brack, and we checked the hint giver. Totally going to be necessary, especially in a Too Loose flag set, because you're going to be not needing to necessarily dive into every dungeon. You're not even going to need to dive into every fiend dungeon. So your goals here are going to be, once I have the loot and the key, where is the highest likelihood that I'm going to be finding my shards? Toph checks in a shard hunt, absolutely. Take advantage of those. Fighter could equip that ice armor right now if you really want, or you could sell it and there's your early game gold here. But right now, we're looking at a minute into Toph. That's solid time, right? We had 30 seconds in Canaria. So something that just happened there, I do want to point out as a really good play, right? Like, you don't just rely on this Brack to take out Garland. You go, hey, I'm going to Brack with the Blackcaster, but I'm also going to use Harm 4 here, just in case that Brack fails, because it does have a small chance to not actually instant kill, and you want to make sure you have backup strats pretty much in every fight. Okay, we got a crown. I don't think we have extended open in this flag set, but we do get a crystal. Especially given the too loose nature of this, I'm hoping we go straight to Matoya. Okay, I understand the comfort of having weapons here, but you have a Harm 4 caster. There is almost nothing that any of these shops can offer you. So now we've spent 20-something seconds in shops, didn't need to. And now we're spending quite a lot of time menuing just to equip those items. Definitely need to check the item shop, though. That is a shop that I will say is okay. But yeah, that weapons and armor didn't need to happen. And already we're seeing encounter manipulation. We saw that first impact immediately off the hard reset. So then you could go take that impact, instantly soft reset, and then you can keep walking past. Wow, they're screaming at us to go see the dwarves right now with the TNT and the adamant. See, you didn't need to pick up the rapier because you just got an ice sword, and that's going to happen. That sort of thing is going to happen an awful lot in a shard hunt, and especially with loose. You're going to find the gear that you need. You don't need to be buying gear unless you go into a dungeon and you definitely hit just a brick wall, right? And you're like, the only way that I'm going to get through this trap tile where I know that there is an item that I need is if I equip some amazing armor right now. Great, so buy some armor or pick up Fog 2 or something. So I really loved our time out of Canaria. I'm not really loving our time through Provoca. We probably should have been in and out of here by about 3.5 minutes. And all that shopping and menuing, that's starting to lead into it. Are there no overworld encounters? No, there are overworld encounters. What happened, though, is that we recognized that there was an early overworld encounter, and by manipulating a hard reset versus a soft reset, you can just sort of say, every time I like power cycle the system, I know I'm going to get an encounter on my first step, so I'm just going to do that, and then I'm going to reset the game, just like we did here, and now I'm going to have a really long run until the next encounter. So I did a little talk on this with the first week VOD review. There's some stuff on the wiki that came from a conversation around the asyncs. Encounter manipulation is a very, very big part of this game because encounters aren't truly random. They are assigned at the beginning of the seed generation, and then you can kind of, once you figure out where they are, plan your save games around them. Okay, so again, I'm validated in saying we don't need to buy weapons because we just got a katana and a chest and a masa. Is there a flag for truly random encounters? There is not. That's just a limitation of how Final Fantasy I handles encounters. Didn't see what Astos had here. It doesn't really matter. As far as where we're going, yes, you have the crown, you definitely talk to Astos. You have the herb, you're definitely skipping Marsh to go to Elfland. Unless, and here's the big unless, I didn't see the menu quickly enough. The only consideration for why I would not go to Elfland right now would be if I don't have the money for level 3 and 4 spells for both of my casters. You want to minimize double dipping, and Elfland is the biggest offender of this. So reasons for coming to Elfland at this point. I want to find exit. I want to find warp. I'm hoping that they're in those slots. But you also definitely need the money for it, and you don't want to be able to, you don't want to have to come back to it. You have to be willing to sell that ice armor or sell something that you just picked up in order to fund your shopping trip now. Then if you find the key item at the shop, you have to be willing to try to get that too, because nobody wants to walk through Elfland twice. The other reason might be to talk to the hint giver. Perhaps that does save you a little bit of time from diving into a location that you don't really want to. But you're going to wind up turning in the herb when you get to Elfland anyway. So it's not one of those I have to go out of my way to do it type of things. Yeah, 5,000 is, you're very light on cash here. Definitely want to pick up fast. Life is the only thing in slot 3 here that we really care about. I know there were some questions about what spells do you ever really want to consider, and which ones would you absolutely never consider. Pretty much anything that I'm not saying here. I would take like the 3 and Temper. We now know where the cube is. We have a general sense of where this is going to go because we have a canoe and it's going to force us into certain places. I don't recall if Marsh was incentivized here. That loot being there hurts because we know we're going to need that for endgame, and if you're not willing to make the sale now, you're going to have to come back to Elfland. I promise you that's like a 15 seconds that you didn't need to waste. And it sounds ridiculous that I'm picking nits over 15 seconds here, 30 seconds there, but when you add it all up, you wind up at like 4 minutes, which is definitely a gap between first and second place. Yeah, being unable to afford all the magic hurts. But we go to Marsh. That's fine. I wouldn't want to go to Ice Cave. I don't care where we go as long as it's not Ice Cave right now. Okay, this is still a 2 loose flag set, so we're going to be looking up here, but we also have to be willing to hit reset immediately after this. Ideally, your incentive items are going to dictate where you're going. The gold bracelet +2 is nice, but let's see. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. I was going to start counting the timer because it was going to take you about 30 plus seconds to get out of that room, and you don't need that armor. Plus, you could have grabbed, I don't know if that was the gold bracelet actually in that chest right there. I'm pointing at my screen with my finger. I'm glad that none of you can see that. It hurts to drop it for about 5 seconds until you do other things and you get a quad X sword and a Vorpal, right? Like, okay, I dropped a gold bracelet, but I'm going to keep coming back to this point. In early game, if you're getting hit, just get good and throw higher damage spells at them. In late game, if you're getting hit, it's because they crit you through max evasion and it doesn't matter that you're wearing that gold bracelet. Okay, so getting the key here was definitely a boon. We're definitely checking these boxes. This is a bait tile. It'll be nice-ish for experience, but they're going to hit you really hard. And you don't have enough items yet for the scaling to seriously impact you, right? 2,800 XP. That was a bit much, and it's now a resource drain, and yeah, I don't know. I'm back and forth on that one. It's like nice to gain a couple of levels here, but also didn't need to be then. You're going to be likely going into Sky and or Sea anyway. You'll get your levels as you go. Boom, there's that exit. So clutch. Now let's see if we big brain into Northwest Castle. We do. We do big brain. I believe this was the ship. You get instantly rewarded for this. Doesn't always happen, but it is absolutely the right check to make. These trap tiles, I believe, weren't shuffled, right? Oh no, they were shuffled. That had to have been shuffled if you had Gersharks and Marsh. Okay. But they're not B-sides, they're just shuffles. I don't know what you're hoping to find in these. You got your gold from everything that you just looted in Marsh. Didn't really need this fight. And that's going to be a theme that's going to be really hard to break. I think the first thing that most runners are going to break as a duck is beating the loot goblin. And a shard hunt is asking you to be a loot goblin, so it's not the worst thing in the world that you didn't. That was awkward. What? I don't know what happened there. Oh, you're looking for the ship at that point. Okay. Even if that's the case, you wind up next to Dwarf Cave. So I believe I did that too, because I wasn't sure if it was Elfland Dock or Dwarf Cave Dock, but the logic has to be in place that because it doesn't have extended open, so it has to place it on the inner sea, and it doesn't take into account that you have access back to Dwarf Cave from there. I don't know if it ever does. It might just always from Northwest Castle spawn at Elfland, but let's say you make that run up past Dwarf Cave, you're next to Dwarf Cave and you just got a key. Like, there are some easy checks for you right there. Is it worth raising Cashier? It is worth getting Cashier. It is not worth fighting any mobs right now. You don't take these battles. You take these free chests. There's your cash. There's your level 4 spells again. There's your loot. Let's make sure we don't forget that. I don't know the optimal way to run through this town. It is just go for it and hope for the best. You just hold your breath. Did we not pick up Wall, though? I know I saw Exit. Wall might be the most important spell. Wall is my indicator for I don't need a ribbon. It would be nice if I have one ribbon on my white mage, but once I have Wall, I no longer need it. And I can make sure my fighter lives through the first 4 fiends, and then usually I swap my ribbon on Chaos to my melee carry, and then I'll just have the white mage on first turn use a Wall on herself. But we do find our ship here, going to Canaria Locked, that's fine. Yeah, so far, very standard plays, just looking for a lot of minor optimizations. This is super scary, though, getting this floater so early with so few shards. You have too much open for you. This is a great way to get confused. Obviously, yes, you absolutely pick up the floater here. You want to avoid every overworld encounter at this point. And your first stops should hopefully be Crescent Lake and Sarda immediately here. And we better be abusing the resets here just to get back down to the floater. Okay, so now the consideration is how many extremely dense checks can I do very quickly? Spells are not something that I'm really in need of right now, because we have Lefanian Superstore and now we have a floater. So once you get me a slab... Oh, speak of the devil. Once you get me a slab, I can get my spells. Perhaps I want that tail. We saw a hint that the robot had the tail. We have a katana in our hands. Robot has 6 chests also. That's not a bad place to go, in my mind. But like I said, you have Sages and Sarda. You still have to check Dwarf Armory. There's Toph Locked, which isn't extremely dense, but might find you an easy tile to gain a couple of levels once you promote. This I'm going to push against. I will almost never do Earth. Earth is... I had this conversation with myself in the car, actually, the other day, because that's the type of person I am. Earth is my least favorite dungeon in the game. I will put Earth off until the very last possible time. I know you have a rod, but Lich for 2 shards And with how spread out these chests are, I couldn't tell you what's in any of these chests. I know I did the same seed as you, but yeah, there's no way I'm checking Earth for chests. There's no way I'm checking Earth in general as a dungeon until I am a really high level, because Earth winds up with these giant packs, and they're so assorted. You have so many different creature types, and the size of the packs are usually like 5 to 9. And so they just swarm you, and they take up all of these turns. So in the best case scenario, they're not dangerous. In the less nice scenario, they're super dangerous. And in the worst case scenario, they ambush you and then cast heal. And then they just eat up all your time. Ice on the Vampire. Not usually recommended. But, I mean, it's what you have. Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about, right? Now you have the combination of that was really painful and really time-consuming. And we knew that the cube was here. So I suppose if you wanted to get into Sky, like knowing that the cube was here, that's fine, asterisk. But also, Earth at this early stage is a resource drain. And I'm going to keep harping on it because it's such a bait, especially if you have experience with the original Final Fantasy. Because you're going, okay, I could do this at like level 10. Like level 10 is a safe time to do Earth Cave in like actual Final Fantasy. We hear the jingle here, and that ribbon tells us that we got a loose item. That's not just any old ribbon. That's one of our 2 loose. So you do get the benefit now of knowing that you don't have to keep checking for loose items. But also, I mean, you're checking for shards, right? And in that analysis now might be, where are the bulkiest shards? That's going to be Sky, right? Like if I find a chime, that's where I'm going. I'm just going straight to Sky and killing Tiamat and just taking, there's 4 shards right off the boss. Interesting that we went all this way and we didn't check the bottommost room. Those 3 chests are fairly free. There are trap tiles in that room, but you can walk around all of them. You just do a J shape or a backwards L, however you want to visualize that. Now, I don't think Lich is going to actually cause too much of an issue here, but we're at 24 and a half minutes by the time this is Earth Cave's done and you're all healed up. And you have 5 shards to show for it. You don't need to prioritize the crystals. You need to prioritize how am I getting into Topher. Right? And those win conditions are different from time to time. And there's the Quake, just to rub it in that you could have instant killed Lich. I believe we already have that bottle. Is there anything specifically that you wanted to call out or question that I'm not addressing here? Because I don't really want to just poo-poo on, oh, I really didn't like that dungeon choice. I want this to be meaningful, but as far as your play around that dungeon is concerned, you're doing it right? Like you didn't check those out of the way boxes on Earth 1, or even Earth 2. You didn't go to the trap chest room. So, like, even when making a less optimal decision, you're still making a good decision within that, and so that's good. Yeah, proximity, when you have an airship, weighted a little bit less, I think. But Earth Cave, when you approach it at level, like, 25, half the enemies are going to run from you. And so it's going to make those encounters feel less taxing. So here we get our tail. Definitely promoting instantly. The big consideration that some people don't make or don't think to make is that you want to promote before level 15. Right? Because level 15 is when your thief and your fighter are going to start getting spell charges as a ninja and a knight respectively. Also, if we have enough money now, you do the promotion and then you instantly jump over to Lefane because you have the superstore, you have a freebie item, And if you really don't know where to go, there is a hint giver in Lefane. That is a major time sink. But I found it quite funny, actually, how they put the 202 class was a shard hunt with loose items coming off of Black Belt week because you just spent all the first part of the week training. I shouldn't open boxes. I just want to get from point A to point B. The battles are everything in scaling my character up. And now we're teaching you, no, you want to promote and you want to get this gear and you want to look at all these things. Yeah, here I would have gone, I think, straight to Lefane. I know Ordeals is technically more proximal. Just get all your spells out of the way, get the item, because then if you get the item that, whatever it is you're thinking you might want out of this, which I'm hoping is a Chime or an Oxiel, they very well might have had it at Lefane, and if they didn't, they might have had the hint for it.
Also, hello.
Oh, welcome, Chanigan.
Sorry for being late.
That's all good. Thanks for
Traffic
saving my voices.
wasn't too good.
Velisip. I am a teacher, and believe me, I know. Here's how to do this, just kidding, that's all lies. In fairness, I do my best to front load that and say, I'm about to lie to you. And that's usually done, and I'll do that actually as part of these, because there's a lot of things that an advanced player would do that a duck will eventually do, but shouldn't keep in their mind. And so it's like, never do that until you can. Ooh, squinting Medusas. Oh, Chanigan, are you on, you're a little bit delayed here. Let me share with you, so that way you can see the screen.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
No problem. I believe you saw Warp. I don't know that you bought Warp. And that's another reason to go to Lefane, right? Because then your ninja can get it too, and you might grab a couple of levels so that they actually have spell charges. Oh, Ale, is there an echo on when Chanigan speaks because of noise?
Hello. Am I echoey?
I don't hear you twice, but perhaps I have it set up poorly.
Oh.
That's interesting. Do I have two Discords coming?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what is that? Audio output capture. No, maybe not that. Alright, we're going to try one more time.
All right, testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Hello.
All right.
Sounds fine.
There we go.
There we go.
I mean, just don't say the same thing back to back. Back to back. All right, so now we're making the Lefane play. Good.
I'm trying to remember this flag.
Yeah, I can't at all. It was the Shard Hunt too loose, but I don't remember specifically. Okay, that was a feels bad moment, but that was a big brain play.
Yep.
When the Lefanian walks in front of you. Oh no, I'm echoing? Really? Am I actually echoing, or is that just because I doubled up on what I said? This is a professional
No,
VOD
Pickles
review,
is just trolling. Trolling.
Anyway, casting exit to get away from an NPC that's blocking you is always going to save more time than waiting for that NPC. So Chanigan, how do you approach shard hunts? Because I was trying to tell them very chest-dense locations early on, but I think that around 30 minutes now, I'm getting to that point where we have a key, we have a loot, and we're starting to get access to things. It might just be fiends to finish off.
Yeah, I haven't seen how many shards
I think we have about 10.
Herbie has. Okay, 10. If we can get into, like you said, chest sensitive areas like Mirage or Sea Shrine, even Sea Shrine.
Oh, we do have the
that's your go-to. Let me load up the flags. Barely remember. I think I remembered them.
It's on the async from last week. So we still also haven't seen Volcano, and Volcano is like the biggest of all the freebies in terms of chest density and 2 shards, but this now is chest dense and 4 shards, right? But this is also now you have to get your levels. You're in Sea Shrine, you're getting levels. I'm not checking boxes on TFC. Maybe this one.
Yeah, I think going Volcano, at least doing the armory. Maybe do the main armory and just leave. Or go and kill Carrie while you're there, if you have the levels.
Yeah, so we had a very early Masa. And definitely.
Oh, it's that one. Yes, I remember this one. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, very early Masa, very early floater. Lets us do these sorts of things. Oh, still no warp charges?
No. We have exit though, so you exit out of there, save, get your charges back.
There we go.
Yep.
So as far as the microplay is concerned, Herbie, you're doing exceptionally well. It's a little bit of routing decision making, and then it's a little bit of needing to understand, like, again, the win condition here is going to be gear, and that gear is coming from Shard Hunt. Like, you're going to pick up everything, so just staying out of the menu until you absolutely need to equip it, and not needing to shop, really.
Also, I think running away from encounters at that point, you're level 18. I think it's more valuable now with how the scaling is. Like the bosses are what's gonna be kind of hard with 7150% stats. So I think level 18 is your target there. Maybe go 19, 20 if you can, but at that point, I think you start running away from basically every fight.
So that 1920 is a very, like, I think that
that's a me play.
Yeah, that's a you play, and I could go into Topher at 19 or 20 and be like, okay, I know that there are a series of things that I could do to make this work. I think for the Ducks, I would suggest waiting until you get that 5th hit on a weapon, which is going to happen. That muscle was plus. 24.
Yeah, that muscle was +4, I think. Was it not?
+3?
3?
Something around there.
Yeah. Where's the Excel sheet? I have the Excel sheet. Yeah, I have it in my Google Drive somewhere.
Mine or L's?
Yours.
Nice. Thank you to Ale, by the way, for putting it together the first time, and then I did a little bit of tweaking on it. But there is something that floats around that you can just quickly plug in which weapon you have and the plus scalings and any hit blursings you have, and it will tell you at what level you get a certain number of hits with that weapon. Oh, I didn't realize you had a weaponizer inclusion. I will have to go set that up. Took me long enough as it was just to find the formula for black belts. So I got that updated for barehanded. But yeah, so knowing that we're going to go into Mirage, I'd rather take the fights there, honestly. They're going to be way more EXP heavy.
Even though it's mid-toph, so you're not... I don't think you're gonna need those levels because you're not gonna spend a lot of charges in Toph.
I don't... Correct me if we're wrong on this, Herbie. I don't believe that the general reticence to going in under-leveled is the resources as much as it is how do I handle when the fiend hits me hard. Like generally in Topher, we're going to be running away, and so you're going to be using the same number of heal pots whether or not you had 900 max health or 500 max health. But HP is something you work. Yeah,
HP,
so like nukes and stuff. Yes, a poorly rolled nuke is going to wipe up a low-level party.
But with, I think, didn't that knight had access to life? Life 1?
I believe so.
Yeah, because I think I skipped it and...
I didn't see that.
Oh.
Fast shirt.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that too.
See, so it's interesting. I don't remember what my routing was specifically, but I do have a VOD of it somewhere. I didn't loot anything in Mirage. At this point,
yeah, same.
It was just run up to Tia, take
get
that
the
second
shards.
Floor item, and get the shards off the boss kill.
Yeah. That way, I'm pretty sure I did the same thing.
Right now in my head, I didn't see how far off we are. I think we need like 8 shards. Tiamat and Carrie, there's 6 shards. Like, I'm not pretending like I need 8. I'm pretending I need 2. Or whatever the actual amount is that you have that gap. But less than greater than, this is a fair check.
I usually go to Sky 3.
Yes, I
normally skip greater and less than, and just go to Sky 3 and just get the CC's Gambit and the 4 chests before the teleporter.
If I have to backtrack, I wouldn't want to backtrack onto Mirage 2, but I'm totally okay with skipping Sky 1 and Sky 2.
Yeah.
And then, I guess if you want to check one of the side rooms, I'm not going to hate on it, but checking both of them is a little bit of a waste.
Yeah, often I check the right side, because there's 2 more chests. But yeah, I think now you only need 4, if I saw correctly.
4 additional from the bosses, or like
just 4 total.
Oh, if it's just 4 total, then you're running straight to Tia.
It's either 4 or 5.
Yeah. Okay, now it's 4.
Yeah, it's 4. Yeah. So it was 5.
Okay, so now we're doing the end game shuffle. I like that. You want to equip the Pearl Ring here. Yeah.
Pearl Ring, yeah.
I keep the ribbon.
I would. Yep, same. At least for the beginning of 12. Maybe once I'm around Tia, yes. Or maybe Kraken and Tia. Now then you switch it.
Tia is usually my switching point. Yeah.
Yeah. Because the knight is, you have 2 melee fighters. Melee characters. So regardless, I think with either one of them, you're gonna go through any fiends until Kraken and Tia. So having them the ribbon is, I think, I don't want to say useless because you never know what the fiends have. But protecting that white mage that has life 2, cure 4, and anything else is way more valuable.
With a mid Topher too, it's like I can risk it. It's just go.
Oh yeah,
you'll get the info and then do the speed and power as best you can, and then if that fails, it didn't really cost you more than a minute, which you saved by not going into shops and buying weapons earlier.
Yep. Oh, and life 1 and 2 was enabled in battle.
Yes, that is a kindness that you don't usually see enabled in tournament play.
Yeah. All right, let's see that mid-Topher run.
Do those doors count as encounter-less tiles?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Not all of them in Topher do, I think. Or
most of them do.
Carrie's hallway doesn't, right?
Yeah. Carrie's hallway doesn't have doors, or
no, it's just I meant the bottom tile doesn't actually count.
Oh yeah, no, they don't count.
That's unfortunate. All right, we brought the party back up. So you're not really worried about
that was an
resources
unfortunate
here.
thing.
I think that Cure 3s are better than heal pots because it will get you up and active quicker.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the low scaling, right? 700 took out a carry. I'm not doing the whole like fast and temper and invis, and that is a very general buff cycle for like, yes, most scalings on Topher. Oh my god, was that Death Touch?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I agree with that as generally speaking when you're in Topher, but like with a 70 to 150% HP, just nuke them. Nuke, harm 4, swing. Like it's gonna take it out. Unless you disagree, I'm.
Oh no,
You're usually speed.
It's
power.
either this. Yeah, I'm speed and power, so that's probably what I would have done. Yep. Arm 4 nuke.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, speed and power. That's what you need. So yeah, now having the ribbon on the fighter is what you want.
I remember everybody being upset that nobody took the iron goal there.
I took them.
Nobody important took the iron goal there.
Oh,
got him.
Yeah, Kraken 2 is always the wall. Well, I would say 90% of the time. But yeah, I think that thief is doing his job, just taking it. It's exactly what's there to do. Ooh, left side.
That's the right side, as far as
Nope.
I'm concerned.
Nope.
Herbie scored bonus points with me. It's amazing how divisive this is. Yeah, a lot of people go right. I don't know who these people are, but it's wild.
I think I'm the only one.
No, Luffy does it too, and I think
Really?
Does even. Hey, Jesus with the raid.
Phillison, yes, they do. Which is kind of pretty OP. So if you have a full stack of rules or 6 stacks of temper, they keep them.
So to clarify for people who aren't seeing chat on the VOD review,
Sorry.
Was, do characters keep their buff if they die and then get revived in that same fight? Yes, they do, as Chanakin just explained. Hey, it's going pretty well apparently, but
no, that chaos was pretty much temper fast the night and just all day.
And that's generally going to be your strategy on most chaoses, is just get your melee carry up, get them invised. So much of Topher, unfortunately, comes down to I hope they don't nuke me. And then if they do, it's like, okay, who's my healer? I hope they don't nuke me again. Like, I don't know that
one thing I've noticed is the thank you for having the timer on the time and battle menus and shop. One thing I've noticed is the time and shop is kind of high. I tend to just glance at the menu, maybe go in a second time if you see seen something interesting, but I just pop in and almost immediately back out, just to have a quick glance of what the items are or spells.
Right. If I recall correctly, I would say my time in menu for this flag set was probably around 2 minutes, with time in shops at about 1.5.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we're looking, that's, what is it, a 5-minute gain just in that? In like,
just in that.
Being able to say, I don't need these things. And so my first VOD review, I tried to use this phrase a lot, and I'm going to use it probably forever at this point, is to just Goldilocks things, right? Like, now we know this was a very well-run, very comfortable run experience. So now go completely the other way and say, what if I'm sitting at the edge of my seat the entire time? Like, where can I just say, screw it, I didn't need that. And so anything that was in your menu or in a shop is pretty much where you're saying, screw it, I didn't need that.
Yeah. For the time in menu, what I try to do, I don't always do it, but is really limit how many times I press the start button. to go into my menus. So I usually wait until I need to either heal pots or save to do my menuing. So even if I see, like, I don't know, I have a silver armor +2, I see a ice armor +4, I might not open it, equip it right away, just to save those 3 to 5 seconds of menuing. Because I'm going to open that menu once I'm out of that dungeon, so might as well equip it there.
Something that I try to do very frequently is, let's say I know I'm going to blitz through Mirage, right? Like I saved in a house there. It's the last stop I need before I'm going into Topher. When I go to save outside Mirage with that house, I'm looking at my heal pot total because I need to remember that number for when I go shopping next time before I go to Topher, right? And I don't want to open the menu twice. I don't want to open it to save the house and then open it again before I'm in the item shop. And it's so trivial, but like every time you do that and you say, oh, I know what I need before I actually need it, it's just another moment where you're saving time.
Yeah, it's a few seconds. It just adds up a lot in the end, especially like in a 1 hour seed where you might open the pause menu like 20 times.
Oops, sorry about that. Give me a sec. Sorry, I was just I opened up another file because I wanted to try to get this set up for the next on the doubleheader at the same time.
Like I said, this is how I try to play. Really just optimize when you need to open your the pause menu. It's really that it's hard to do, for real. It's very hard to do. You often see something. I'm like, ooh, I want this right now. If you already have something equipped, you most likely don't need it right now. Except, like, let's say you found a ribbon or a masa or something. But small gains, like I said, just from a silver armor to a ice armor, maybe wait a few minutes.
All right, so I'm going to be finagling in our second VOD of the evening. It's unfortunately, I'm having some display issues despite the fact that oh, it's just because of how I did this. Right. Sorry, you're going to watch me all adjust this on OBS. Because I'm so great like that. What do we have? Okay. In the meantime, yeah, if there are any other questions, please. Oops, don't want to move that. Yeah. I'm going to silence myself so you don't hear me going through all of this struggle.
But yeah, any questions, just asking them away. Yeah, what Velocip just said, he had a game where he had no weapon and no good weapon, no good magic until a quarter of the incentive done. What? I don't know if it's this seed in particularly. Blah blah blah. Sorry, English is hard tonight. But what I usually try to do is just go to towns very quickly. Just go to like Duconia Castle. Oh, there's nothing. Go to Provoca real quick. Maybe do the pirates while you're there. If there's nothing, maybe go right to Elfland. Usually, there's at least one decent weapon in one of these three towns. Same thing goes for armor, but armor I usually don't look at armor shop.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
unless there's specialty
I'm
armors around, like
yeah,
elite gear for a ribbon, I'm almost
yep,
never looking into an armor shop.
yeah.
I
Armor
guess
shop is
on a high scaling, maybe you go in for a pro ring just in case if you get to the end of the game and you don't have
yeah,
one yet.
maybe. But if you're opening chests, you're gonna get your armor there.
Right.
But you kind of need weapons early on if you don't have decent magic. And again, decent magic depends on what you mean by that.
Yeah, but I mean,
Um,
realistically, you're going to get through. You have two black shops and two white shops, and you could punch down the pirates if you absolutely
yep,
needed to get the levels for it. So you're
yep.
going to find something. You just have to be more comfortable with a little bit of out of the box casting.
hmm I think it was last night's weekly race where the buff pirates we had the buff
Oh
pirates
yeah, that
and
was very rough.
I had to confuse them
Oops, didn't mean to start that.
to go through. Um,
Oh, is that how you did that? That was an
yep.
interesting exercise. I took them down at like 50 minutes.
Yeah, I took them down at 5 or 6 minutes
Yeah.
because I confused them. Um, confused and just lightning 3.
That would do it.
Anyway, yeah.
All right. Well, we do have
Uh,
a second runner up on stream. If you want to get to that, let me pull it back to the beginning. Oops,
oh,
no,
that's a wrong
that's
one.
the wrong one. There we go. Okay. Um, yeah, I guess we'll get started on Felicin Seed, if that's okay with you.
Yep.
Alrighty.
So what's our party?
So I think that we're doing again a fighter thief white black, right?
Yep.
Which 100% is my go-to on
Mm-hmm.
a shard hunt or a loose
Yeah.
flag.
I'm I'm special sometimes. Let's say that. I like speed and power. A lot of people know me for that. Uh, I think my party would have been Fighter Thief Black Black.
Interesting. I was going to say Thief
Just
Rainbow is a reasonable adjustment there.
mm-hmm. It's good, yes, but I don't know. Uh, I'm just not having to go through a second shop. I think is big. Yeah, Scimitar +2 is your go-to weapon early on. Um, even though it's only a +2, again, it can go through pretty much anything early on. Um, you can go through the Pirates Garland pretty easily.
I think my biggest on this one is get out of Canaria sooner.
Yep.
That took about a minute to get out of Canaria, and I remember when I was trying to get out of Canaria and also practice with pirates, it was I just rolled like 15 different seeds and just practiced. What does my 1st 3 minutes look like?
Yep. Ooh, fire
So I
too.
thought that this was going to be the same seed. So I'm glad that we have a different seed to look
at. Life 2 right after start. Yes, there was a life 2. Oh, silver +4. That's your thief weapon. So yeah, I try to get to 30 to 35 seconds out of Conagra Castle, Conagra Town. Yeah, shops is it's hard. Like I said, I try to read them quickly, but it doesn't always works.
So an herb and a canal. That's an interesting combination. Do we
Mm.
still check Matoya first here, even without the
Nope.
crystal? You
Nope.
don't. Interesting.
I won't. One thing I've noticed too. I try to get at least level 2 before Garland. There was you have arm 4 with the white mage, so having the early pack of imps could have just cast arm 4, just kill them real quick, and boom, there's level 2, 3. Just helps your early game.
So 4 minutes.
Ooh, canoe. Oh boy, you hate to see these.
This is going to take you. Well, I mean, I guess you could go via Dwarf Cave, but
Hmm.
I don't think that that's
Because
what
of
I'm
the
doing.
herb.
With the herb, I'm probably going straight down to Crescent to
I'm
get a free item,
Crescent.
and then I'm
Yep.
going to get the herb turned in.
Okay, so we're looking at int givers. Good.
Yeah, this is going to be a
Yeah.
very interesting routing decision coming up. I'm curious
Ooh,
to see where it
Zap.
goes.
Zap is pretty big. Zap is really good early on. Even in the end game,
Yeah, I use it
Zap
through the end game.
kill pretty much anything. That saber +4, you buy it. It's way better than the other sword that you have.
So
Since you went to that shop.
I'm gonna put an I'm gonna put an asterisk on that. Since you saw that it was in the shop, you buy it. But
Yep.
if you shouldn't even be going to that shop. Provoca is such
Mhm.
a garbage place to go shopping. I love the fun percent flag on those names.
Yeah.
Okay, so without encounter manipulation, this is really rough. And then I'm thinking, okay, well, without encounter manipulation, the river is going to be even more rough. So
Good. Quick check there.
definitely your biggest time save, hands down, is going to be learning how to save scum. I hate
Yep.
calling it save scumming because it's not really. I mean, it is a very intentional kind of practice, and it's not like you're just hoping for the best.
Okay, we're skipping Marsh.
Now, I agree with this if you had enough money from like a Matoya check or something. Oh, you know what those scorpions mean.
Yep.
So for anybody that doesn't know what I'm about to intimate, it's not something that you would need on this particular flag set, but it means that there are some very high value XP targets in our encounter table.
Oh, TNT, you hate to see it. So do you go back to small thing here? You can go to the left and to the left of the prince to exit Elf Castle quicker. Quadix is a big pickup.
Yeah.
Yes. Now we're doing the encounter manipulation.
So what I was trained on is that an encounter takes approximately 3.5 to 4 seconds if you get first turn run. Like first turn, first action is a run. It still takes about 4 seconds with all of the screen transition and the timings and the text. So if you can save 4 seconds by hitting reset and coming back to that spot, it's worth the encounter manipulation. My God, this marsh. What is going on?
I think I'm leaving at that point. Mox with plays, I'm leaving.
So, if this was just a check the incentive item dive, you can probably argue, okay, I'll make 1 or 2 more attempts. But because you're going to have to check all these boxes, you are guaranteeing that you are going to encounter those again. That's super dangerous. Just come back when you have more levels. Or
Yeah. Yeah, we're not taking those fires.
So you do need to prioritize the loose sometimes. We didn't check that chest.
Didn't check.
Oh,
yep.
No. Oh dear. That happens very frequently to everyone.
Yep.
You get overwhelmed with what's going on. But I'm hoping that wasn't an important one. We'll find out later.
We'll find out, yep. Girls with Dazzle.
This is the most dangerous dungeon.
Yep. Oh, I think we're going back.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay, phew. Got scared for a second.
Because that is a last half hour where you're going, what am I doing? Okay, that wasn't necessary, but it's kind of necessary.
Yeah, it's gonna help you at the end game. Ooh.
Oh, yep, no, there's a wall there.
Yep. Yeah, learning the maps too is pretty. You can save a lot of time by learning the maps. What I did when I first started, I just put no encounter. Try to have no encounters. Yeah. put no encounters and just go through the map to the incentive box. Just learn the route. I think we have a. I think Dark Moon updated the best route to the
clear out each
incentive
thing,
box. Yeah, I think he updated it on the wiki recently too.
Yeah, these are 3 chests now that you're devoting it.
Oh yeah, 3 because the never mind. I said nothing.
I swear I
Yeah,
know the count.
Yeah. I'm skipping those chests.
See, even with
it's
the
not worth
singles,
going
even
back.
if there's a second shard here, I'm probably hitting reset, and I'm just keeping that in my mind for when I have exit.
Yep. Just a quick shard.
So just general flag set stuff, right? Like we said, 30 seconds out of Canaria, 3 minutes, 3.5 minute Pirates. I'm thinking 8-minute Marsh. That's my limit on Marsh. If there's a flag set that directs me straight there.
Mux.
Yeah, let's leave the shard.
We don't go
Thank
back.
You.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just take a mental note where there's one there, just in case you need one.
So I think a lot of this gets avoided by going down to Crescent instead of going around to Dwarves.
Crescent could be worse.
It could be, but it probably directs you a little bit differently, or at least in a more kind of holds your hand way. And worst case scenario, you get something like a Ribbon or a Masa, and now you're super helped out. Waterfall Chime. Yeah, now we're in the same trap I warned on the first VOD. You don't come to Elfland without money.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do, it's just to stay at the inn.
There you go. I found the updated document.
That's a very aggressive purchase for Lit 3. Curious what we were doing there. Oh no, we
skipping
definitely
Crescent.
check the sages. That's a free item. So
could be floater.
I guess it could be. Most flag sets that we run, especially in tournaments, tend to have early sages on. So I guess you would check the flag set to make sure that you could pick up that item before beating Lich, but like 99 out of 100 times you'll be able to.
Oh, we don't check the encounter. That's good. We don't need to check the encounter tile there.
Oh, it almost sounded
we're
judgmental.
getting our
yeah, definitely don't.
We're getting our levels in just doing a walking grind.
See, now having commented about all those weapons and don't go into the menu, that Ice +3 sword I probably would have equipped right away.
No, I would have finished looting those before opening my menu.
So I knew we were about to step
did
onto
not do the armor.
We were about to step on a trap tile, and there was a chance that I might want to have taken that. So that's the only reason why I would have equipped it. Yeah, not a mage. Ooh, nice find.
That's a good find, yep. Oh,
Ooh,
we're going
save.
down.
I love how we both oohed. It's because it's so like I don't want to have to loot that again, and this is a very risky dive.
Yeah, there was a lot of good items there. So you're losing, if you wipe, you're losing almost 2 to 3 minutes.
Your pathing is great here.
Yep. Perfect.
Let's see where we go here. It should be down and around.
Down.
Yeah, you want to go down, left, and then up if you want to go into this room. Yeah, there we go. Yep. Look at that.
3 tiles. Perfect.
Yeah, so that marsh seemed like a fluke as far as map knowledge is concerned, because you're definitely walking with the right intention. One G
That's
for your
one
troubles.
gold. Yeah,
check
routing
these
for
last
now
two?
in Volcano is perfect.
Yeah. I'm just hoping we can make it all the way through here. This is going to really hurt. This is very low level carry too.
Doable, but you
With the
carry
Invis Gauntlet, yeah.
Sunsword. Invis Gauntlet and the didn't we have
Ice
a
plus
fast
3 and fast, yeah.
Yeah, we're good. Oh, I definitely take one of these.
Wow, that's a lot of shards. Okay, so the routing in that, just for the record, is up, up, and then you walk around the lava ring. But that's so minor.
Yeah, it's safe one step.
See, that's why you equip the ice sword.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't realize that wasn't incentivized. Okay, without that being incentivized, you skip that chest.
Yep.
Now we're budgeting heal pots. This is a wild dive. Oh, with
Yeah,
quad X,
Invis,
yeah, we should be fine. Fade and then fast.
Fade, fast.
We're gonna zap Kelly. All right.
256. Let's go.
Quad X stick.
Yeah, quad X.
That is, I mean, like that is the most powerful weapon.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Fade, quad X.
Perfect.
Yep. This is perfect. Yeah, that Kelly's down. Yep. This is perfect.
The only thing you want to do, right, is to know that that's going to be the perfect play 10 seconds before you do it. But that just comes with experience, and we still make mistakes on that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay, now we're going back to Crescent. Yeah, now should have a hard reset there.
Hey, we even have those tiles. Look at this, walking.
Nope, that's too many.
That's the most frustrating thing when you buy just too many heal pots.
Yep.
You really should just have a max button. Heal 3 is
Should
one of my favorite
it
spells.
should print out it should print out the number you have.
Current inventory? Yeah, that wouldn't be a
Yeah.
bad idea. There's
Yeah,
a
I've
flag
seen
possession.
okay, ordeals as the loot.
Rod in this flag set, man. I don't like Earth Cave.
Yep. Going ice. Ice for ship.
If we have a canal, it's got to be in ice.
Yep. Ship or key. Or could be floater too, but it's most likely ship.
I mean, I guess it could be key into
Nice.
Canaria or Marsh Locked or anything else.
Oh, where are we going?
Did I?
Oh, TNT. We have TNT.
Okay.
I would still do Ice Cave, even though I hate Ice Cave.
I don't know about that. I don't know. I probably save in the river system and then reset back to Ice Cave if I have to, if the dwarf doesn't have anything. But also,
because you're well, if it's in Ice Cave, if ship is in Ice Cave, you're going to the dwarf location anyway. So you're gonna go there regardless. So
there's just so
I think
much
you
system.
go.
It's such a time waste of not taking an airship to Ice Cave.
It's fine. I think it's fine. You can encounter Manip. Oh my god, those were wolves. Yeah, you just reset out of there. You see this encounter and it reset. And cremate.
That's wild.
Oh my god.
Usually you go, I want to see these types of scripts on early mobs because you're not going to encounter them very frequently, but this is a particularly rough one.
Wow, that's a long hero run. Thank you for talking to Original Earth.
No, nobody talks to that.
Bottle, you reset. Yep, you don't need it.
Oh, gosh.
So yeah, Ice Cave was the play. That's why I tend to go Ice Cave anyway. If it's ship, you're going to dwarf anyway, and I don't think it's that's a time loss going there by canoe instead of waiting to get the floater. Yeah, we need
Yeah,
the sleeping gear. We need
yeah.
sleeping gear now.
So I do prefer going to Ice Cave this way. That's nice.
Yep. Yeah, for going from Dwarf Cave, going to Ice Cave from Dwarf, it's going to provoke, I think. Um,
It's marginally better.
yeah.
Take
Well,
the
we say
houses.
that, but how much cash did we have?
12K.
12K. Yeah, yeah, buying 10 houses.
You're not going to get as much manipulation, but by the time you get through Ice Cave, you're going to have the gold to restock.
Mm-hmm.
This is such a very different experience. I'm glad that we get to see this back to back.
Oh, we didn't save, so. Mm.
That is a deep attempt without saving.
Yep.
Now I'm curious if you didn't save because you're worried about the camping gear or because yeah, I guess it
Yeah.
must be that.
Oh, yeah, that must be it.
Yeah, I should have bought more houses at Canaria.
Yeah, one save item left. Yeah. Yeah, only one house.
And it makes it even harder to use it on the outside on the dive in.
Yep.
Because once you get the item, you don't want to die on those wolves on the way out.
Mm-hmm.
I guess on the way out, right? Like to avoid those wolves, I'm going to Crescent. Like I can guarantee
Sweet.
I'm not seeing the wolves there. But hopefully there is at least a tent here. You want a housing market? We should get the devs to implement something where we get extra gold based on how much camping gear we have in our inventory after every battle. Do we have warp? Or are we just checking that
Nope.
box? Okay. Hey, there's your house. Congrats.
Okay, skipping this one. It's fine. We're skipping the right chest with the encounter tile, which is fine. It's most
Oof.
likely nothing. Ooh, wrong eye.
Don't step to the left. Oh, God. That's a lot of gold, but that is a dangerous walk back onto the Phantom.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of. So even in this very loot goblin-y sort of flag set, you're going to have to make these decisions where it's like, I can forfeit this chest.
Mm-hmm. In this room, I would still go into the middle because you're still gonna look at the top row. So no need to go through the check the bottom row, the bottom chest, then go into the middle and check the top. Just go into the middle, check both sides at the same
See,
time.
this is why I wanted you here, because I do the bottom also. Because I go,
Nope,
what if I get a
I
ribbon or a
don't.
masa or something and I want to have that item for my trap?
Nah,
I know.
nah. it's speed and power, baby. Yeah, good fade. Wow, this was a really good fade.
Oh my god! I'm glad you
Yeah,
didn't run.
just
That would have been a really upsetting finish.
yeah.
That's an unfortunately low amount of. That's hilarious, by the way. An
That's
unfortunately low
hilarious.
amount of XP because you don't have enough items yet. So even taking that really juicy fight isn't so juicy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, right. The flexed was XP per item. I'm so used at XP per shard.
It might have been XP per shard actually, but I don't. We don't
No,
have enough of either.
no, I think I remember it was per item. I was confused when I first saw it. Yeah, it's per item.
Oh, interesting. So yeah, that's something that I didn't address in the last one. Usually, a shard hunt will have your XP scaling based on the number of
Mm.
shards you have, and so the flag itself says per every 8 shards or whatever, but it's not like a hard breakpoint after each 8. It actually is linear scaling. So
Yep.
every shard you collect is worth a little bit more for every battle. including shards that you find beyond the cap.
Yep. You know what's funny? I learned that like during winter tournament.
This recent one?
Yep.
Oh boy.
I didn't know.
I
I
was like,
thought
I
it was
learned that
a
in
hard cap.
2022.
Yep. Took me 2 years. Even though it's been what?
We've done a
How
lot of
much? How
shard
much
hunts,
years?
buddy. I don't
Yeah,
know.
we've done a lot of shard hunts,
think
and
I-
I just noticed this winter.
I joined in August of 2020, so I think that you've been around just about
Yeah.
that time.
Wow, it's been 4 years.
Good times.
Yep. So we're still low on cabins and camping gear.
Yeah, so that has to be a priority. Where,
Yep.
yeah, I almost never leave town without 10, 20 tents.
Yeah, especially with the 30K we got in ice on that single box. Like camping gear is number one. You go to Canada town and just buy 20 to 50 houses since they were pretty cheap.
They were like 1,000. I don't know that we could buy 50 of them, but I also don't know that we're saving the game 50 times.
Oh, I'm most likely am.
On a black belt seed, yes. Like if we're doing an
Yeah.
overworld grind.
Oh, it's okay. They're 1,200. Yeah, no, I'm buying maybe 10, 15 of them.
Yeah, so yes, you bought 41 cabins. Congratulations, you can encounter manipulate. You still want think about how many dungeons you're
New
about
houses.
to go into. You want that many houses plus one.
Yep. Yeah, normally I just press up on just get 10, 15, something like that. Yeah, well, technically 11, but you know what I mean.
Go on, keep digging.
Invis 2, yeah, that's a
And then
buy. Exit.
So something I haven't really gotten a chance to talk about too much is ordering your spells. So I like the fact that Invis 2 came first and then exit, because you are less likely to accidentally exit out of something in the menu.
Good old exit boss. We've all done it. Yep.
Okay, so you know how I feel about Earth Cave right now. I know that you have a rod. I know that Earth is incentivized. I'm still going to ordeals. I'm not coming to Earth Cave yet.
What was the int for ordeals? We saw it in pretty early. Yeah, we saw it. I don't remember what it was. Loot.
Okay, maybe I'm not going to ordeals then.
Yeah, I'm not going there.
If I remembered that hint, sure.
Yeah, I would have written it in my notepad.
I know why I didn't think of it, because she has the fun name flag. So I didn't process that it was a loot.
Yeah, bugle or something like that.
No, some sort of drum.
Ooh, Aegis Shield. Yeah, I'm casting exit.
Oh,
right after that, I'm saving.
Yep, and then this is why I hate Earth.
Yep. Those Gerwolves.
Nice.
Good turn order.
It's okay, you're French. You get away with that. You can say it however you please.
Blah. Yeah, I don't think you need. I don't think you take any encounters there. In their cave, it's not worth.
Now, especially since I didn't save yet, I would consider just casting exit out of here and not having to deal with that trap tile too. And it seems so silly, but the number of steps, it feels like it's going to be about the same.
It's a bit quicker to take the encounter, but just in case you get the
wolves again.
The wolves.
Whose idea was it to make Earth Cave packed with... Oh, I guess in vanilla, right, you have... It's trying to encourage you to use the AoE spells.
Yep.
But you don't have that many charges of it at this point. This is a difficult dungeon.
Well, especially with those wolves.
I can't fault you for spending this long in the menu. It's unfortunate. I don't check these.
I checked this one, but I skip the next one.
I skipped this middle one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, really? This one had ribbons for me very often.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
I take
I
that one,
always check
and
it.
very occasionally I'll check this this one. This one always seems to have like a saber bonk for me.
Yeah. Did we? Was there a better trap tile?
I think it's this week, not last week.
Yeah.
Just missing out on the rump
Better.
spiders. No, we usually get nuke spiders. Those are the biggies.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Zap works on this, by the way. I don't know if you're familiar, but Zap on a vampire or a vampire pack is very, very easy wiping.
Yep.
Ooh.
Good. Using the bottle at the same time. Yes.
The only problem is you have to remember that you've done it.
Yep. Wow, 10k XP there. We don't have warp. Casting warp there is quicker than walking back.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you use a tracker. Yep.
Yeah. So
yeah, at that point.
Are we allowing trackers in most of the recent tournaments?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Interesting. Auto trackers.
Auto trackers, yes.
Oh, we know how to walk around this room? We do.
Yes.
There it is. That's that J/L.
I learned that step to the left a few weeks ago. Winter tournament was so big for me for learning small, just adjusting my game just a little bit.
I'm so glad these specters
and Fire 3
are showing me exactly what I was talking about before. Holy moly.
Nice with Fire 3.
Oh my god. I can't take this.
So yeah, I think you're moving the opal ring. No?
Yeah, at this point the fighter needs to be decked out.
Yep.
Ooh, just going for
All right, we're going in.
Wow.
Wow. Never mind.
All right, so we've got a ruby and a crown. I think we have to do ruby for proximity.
Yeah,
which
you do.
Really hurts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
no, it's fine. You can encounter many.
Right, but if that crown is a floater, I'd rather just fly to Sarda.
It's fine. It's fine. But if it's nothing, you're going back there anyway, so right. It's proximity play. I think it's the better one. Wolves. Yeah, good reset there. Oh my god.
I feel like I did a really decent job with that first VOD review, and this whole second one has just been me going oof every 2 seconds.
Yeah, we know there's a big Ebro around there. Slab. I'm resetting. Yep, I'm resetting. Because if you need slab, you're gonna have floater by then, so you don't need to keep it.
Yeah, so slab and bottle are
don't
big indicators of like if Sarda ever has one of those, and you've saved on the other side of Titan's Cave because you knew that you were making a gamble Sarda check. Those are good ones to reset out of. Other things to reset out of too, which haven't come up, but just to keep in the back of your head. I'll sometimes reset out of like a loot at Matoya because I know that I'm just going to pass Matoya's cave on the way to Topher anyway. If it was something that took me out of the way to get there.
We didn't translate the slab.
There's a floater.
That's floater.
I guess we should have checked the crown first, huh? Parking at the river dock, though, that was a great use of it.
Yep. It's a wrong one, but it's still fine.
Yes, you definitely take the boat still. Oh, interesting. Where do you go, left or right?
Left.
I think it saves you like 5 tiles to go left, but I always lose my position in the world.
Just go left and go down for like 2 seconds, 3 seconds, and go left. That's what I do.
Not all of us have an internal clock here, Chenigan.
Oof. That's sad to see.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, great.
Ooh, that's an impressive
Expensive crystal. Yep. Warp saber. Yeah, I'm not looking at.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus. Since you're going to Lefane, I think skipping those is fine because you know what you're gonna get.
Well, Lefane shows you the unracked stores, doesn't it?
Yeah. We're promoting. Yep. Still no white mage. Can't exit.
Yeah, probably would have rezzed at Crescent Lake once we got the floater.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's a lot of shards. That's a lot of shards. Holy crap.
Even at -2, that Katana is your weapon. Okay,
Yep.
so we're at... I'm going to pause this real quick. We have 5
Wait,
shards.
pause on... yeah, how many shards do we have?
We have 5
do
shards
we need?
to go. So
5.
Where are we going? We've already taken
what are
down
we at?
Kelly, and we already taken down Lich.
Yep.
We have 5 to go. Do we have a key?
Nope. No key, but you have a thief, I think. Can you go forward a bit? I don't know what level the
thief is. 14,
is.
I think.
Yeah, you need 1 level. Yeah, 14.
Right.
Yeah, because
key has to be
lockpicking was level. Yep. Yeah, but at that point you don't need key.
Right. So with key and logic, I'm thinking it either has to be a loose key or it has to be in Lefane.
Yep.
Or Lefane will open up the thing in which the key is accessing. So it might be in like an Oxyel or something. Probably just doing Ordeal, since we know that has the loot. You'll get your level on your thief, and then
exactly
lockpick your way to the other 4 shards.
Yep.
Shouldn't have to go into another fiend dungeon here.
Okay, doing Matoya, checking the chest at the same time.
No, that would have been our
that's your
early
armor.
money problems.
Yep. Oxio. So you know you need 5 shards. I think I killed Kraken at that point, and just look at the left side chest
on the way to Kraken.
Yep.
We do still have to go into Ordeals anyway. So that could, like, if we get 3 shards in Ordeals, for example, I'm probably not doing Kraken. I'm probably just looking at Dwarf Cave, looking at Toflocked.
Oh, not buying life too? Oh, interesting.
Okay, and we are going to Kraken. Are we going to Waterfall or are we going to Kraken?
Not saving. Okay. Oh, it was slot 2. Okay, I missed that. I thought it was slot 1. Yeah, only 1 house.
Yeah, just tap up and buy however
many
houses.
Tap up, yeah. We have the money. We don't need money anymore. Magic. I don't think we need any magic right now because you're not gonna go have spell charges for level 7 and 8. Maybe level 6. But 7 and 8, you're never gonna get them.
At this point, I don't know what you're checking the hint giver for.
Yeah, we know. Oh, small optimization can go in front of that door.
Let's see if we hit this door. At this point, I'm also taking fights, right? Because we need that thief at 15.
Yep. At least 1 fight. So we need 1 shard. That's all we need. And maybe a weapon? What's our
We have a
weapon
katana
situation?
-2 on the thief, but the thief
Okay.
is also underleveled. So I'd
Mm,
prefer. I mean, we have an ice +3 on the knight. That's doable. It's just not great.
it's not great.
Has higher crit than most weapons.
Good. We're not opening our menu for that ice shield. That's perfect. We don't need to equip it right now.
Take that fight.
Yep. No. No, I wouldn't. Gersharks are a trap. They don't give that many experience.
Okay. I was gonna say, as long as you're in here, it's not just
Yep.
dropping for one item. Make sure. Well, I would have dropped the copper also, and make sure you just completely do all of your inventory management if you're deciding to do any inventory management. Ugh, this sucks.
No shards. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, did I pause that? Didn't mean to.
Yep. Yep.
I dropped my elbow in frustration. That's a pack I probably would have taken just because I didn't want to risk not running from it.
Yeah, at that point you're getting your level on in ordeals. I'm not feeling it with the I'm definitely taking this. But I'm not feeling my end game right now. Because your end game currently is the fighter with his ice sword, and not the thief because thief is underleveled. So we need a better weapon.
Did we not get a? We got a saber bonk, right?
Yes, we do. But do we?
And we have enough
We
charges
bought 10.
fast.
How many chargers?
Well, we have a couple from an early level fast, and then we also have 2 charges in slot 8.
Okay. Goodbye, Black Mage.
Yeah, 94 damage on Kraken 1 though does not feel great.
Yeah. No, we're still fighting. Can't cast.
Zap does land on Kraken.
I think at that point I would life 2 and just buff the fighter. Yeah, no need to heal right now, since you're exiting the dungeon and gonna use a house anyway. The only time I would heal is when I'm in with a solo character.
Good.
Oh, do we
Good.
go?
I like that.
Yes.
You have to do
Perfect.
ordeals anyway, so there might be a shard there.
Whoa.
We're doing Mamel.
And we know Marsh has 1 shard.
Oh no, now we've recognized the thief has lockpicking. Got it.
Yep.
Can't pick it from the fountain. But you can walk to the doors. Just wanted to throw in a lucky coin or something. Come on, just give us one. Just one.
Your Bibbo.
Oh, jeez.
There's the Masa.
Weapon.
There's your weapon.
Now we feel better about endgame.
Yep.
Now you just walk into
good.
Dwarf Cave or Elf Cave or Elf Castle or whatever.
Nope. Not even. I'm still not checking those. I'm still checking ordeals.
Oh,
first,
that's right.
then
Sorry,
checking.
I forgot we don't have the loot yet.
Yep. We're still missing that loot.
Yeah. Nope, definitely ordeals then.
That's perfect. And in case there's nothing, there's always Marsh. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, not gonna lie, forgetting ints. I do it often, so that's why I just open a notepad on my desktop and just like write loot ordeals, or something like that, just so I know this NPC said it was there.
Oof.
Oof.
See, that's my only contribution now is to oof.
Yep.
Because honestly, most of this play, right, between both VODs, most of the play is actually pretty solid. It's just some of these minor optimizations and some routing choices. But ordeals is ordeals. Like, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah. I still don't like the HP of the Black Mage. There we go. There's our shards.
Okay, now I'm not
skip
opening
those.
anything until
Yep.
the incentive chest.
Hmm.
You got what you needed.
Yep.
So
A few experience boxes. It's decent.
Right, but the question you have to ask yourself at that point is, what am I hoping to find? Because if you're just opening boxes as a stalling tactic to let your mind catch up, you have this whole walk back to the airship. You'll find the time. I find that sometimes I used to go on autopilot with that so that I could like slow down my gameplay. But if I'm making the intentional choice to slow down my gameplay, it's slowing down my gameplay. What are we doing here?
Oh,
checking for T-Rex.
We're checking maybe.
I mean, there is one in the pool. We know.
Yep.
It's just, I think, encounter like 3 or 4.
Yeah, it was encounter 3. Is it still bottom right? Yeah, I think it's still bottom right. I think the silent is still bottom right.
That's a clever look for an overworld grind, though.
Yep.
Is that something that you picked up in Black Belt Week? Winter tournament. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Tyro and Wyvern are like, okay. It's a good enough encounter, and the fact that you only have to walk like 7 steps to get it, that's fine. But then you have to recognize, like, every minute you're doing this is another minute you're not in Topher. So what level are we stopping at? And probably with even a Masa -2, as Chanagan was saying, 2021 is going to be okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and Topher is going to get you more levels. So if you're doing a grind, I think Topher would have been more optimal. Only because you can find the metal slimes.
Oh, metal slimes too.
Metal slimes,
with this step count, actually, you'd probably wind up with 2 encounters on the first floor. So worms would be the ideal, but I don't think that. I think you're going to wind up with like.
I think the worms are going to be the 3rd encounter.
Yes, or should be. So it should be like Frosties and Chimeras or something.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't hard reset. Interesting.
Yes, we did.
That wasn't enough steps, was it?
There's a big hero run after the second encounter.
Okay.
Yeah. So fade zap.
I think it's like 25%. Maybe 15%.
I think it's less than that. 25 is Quake.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's like maybe 20 or going down. All right, perfect. Yeah, mid Topher is still new for a lot of us. So knowing what
I had no idea where that was.
Quad X?
That's a big hit for the Katana.
X.
It finally caught up.
With Quad X.
Yeah. That's a little hit for the Katana.
Oh, there's a big zap.
Yeah, Quad X.
Quad X would have been in a. Yeah. We're going right. Yes, perfect. 1 step. And we stop 1 step from Kraken. All right, what do we do? Invisu. Do we fast? Yeah. Yes.
Unfortunate
bad turn order.
Ooh. Oh no.
222 on the dot.
I have a feeling like that's not random number at that point. Like, it happens so frequently. I just don't know what's making it do that.
We live too. We need 2 life too.
Do we really?
Yep. Yeah, you life to the black mage. You have to. You need that fast.
I suppose we do.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a wipe. Unless, oh my, never mind.
A chip and a chair.
Wow.
That's all you need.
Yep.
Do
So if we
have a roost
so we
stick?
don't have life. We don't have. We have an invis bonk. Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Okay.
have. What do we have? Quad X, Masa, heal. Yeah.
I mean, this is your setup as far as gear is concerned. It's just gonna be a matter
Yeah.
of getting the turn order, and that Tia can't have like blaze into inferno into nuclear.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what we do. 3 times, right?
Wow.
Ooh, very punchy. Do it again. There you go.
Fire 3 wheel pots.
Oh,
Oof.
not wrong, but not great. Not a great outcome, I mean.
Yeah. Yep. Cameras.
See, told you.
Exactly. Yep. Quick won't
I
work.
don't think they land on Chimera.
Nope.
Are they technically flying?
No. I just think they're immune to it. Well, 20.
They have a vendetta
No,
against that mage. All right. Have we learned anything about this encounter? I don't think that there was anything meaningful.
no, we haven't seen anything. Oh, ice too. Quake.
So when we're shouting these
Nope.
things, we're not memeing. Like Quake on Lich 2 is a valid strategy for just
Yep.
I need to get rid of it quickly. Especially when it scales up with a fun dead pack. Like just get rid of it.
I would have loved to have
Yeah, right,
Quake
last night.
yesterday. All right. Yeah, I think speed and power right there is the best.
Same turn. Is this set
Oh,
RNG?
one. No.
Jesus. Ooh.
Also, I'm using those level 8 charges first. Yeah, reset.
Okay, good
Yep.
reset. Are we taking more of the Tyros?
Yep, I think we are.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh, we know there's a key item there, and I think it has to be
Another ribbon.
No, not the ribbon. Rustic.
Well, no, we could have that in Mirage, right?
Oh yeah, it could be there too.
And Sea Shrine, we haven't checked Mermaid side. And Waterfall.
True.
There's a lot of stuff we haven't checked yet.
Yeah. Oh, fuck too. Yeah, understandable to check the superstore. Yeah, wall is gonna be your the big thing that you want to buy. But I think it was level 8, so
in Gaia.
Yeah, in Gaia, yeah.
Along with Life 1.
Oh, do we have improved fire?
Is that really what we're going to be recommending here?
No. But it's just something for the. I just thought of it because it was level 1, but no, it's not on. Just for the beginning, it could help. Oh, temper level 6. Yeah, you want to see this. Bane is good.
Yeah, we don't have charges.
Even though it's level 8. Oh yeah,
yes,
you're
we do
not
have
gonna.
2 charges, right? Because Fast was level 8.
Yep. So right now we need. What do we need?
I honestly, right. So we need either instant death protection. So probably
Yep.
moving the ribbon over to the white mage and just hoping the knight survives. I don't, because the white mage can bring back up the knight, but the knight can't bring up the white mage. So
Mhm.
probably on carry, I'm switching that ribbon over. And maybe you need levels to avoid some of the knockout punching, but like it's not really, it didn't really get to that point. Yeah, I mean you'd level all three of those spells, but you have spells in slot 8.
Oh yeah, we have three spells in there. We have time magic.
It's a blessing and a curse, a blursing,
Yep.
if you will. Who could equip that harm 3 shirt though? Someone
It's a
should.
black shirt. Yeah, it's a black
Okay,
shirt.
then that black mage should be equipping it because that will prevent the instant death with
Yep.
zap. I believe it's time immunity, right?
Let me look it up real quick. I think also it's time immunity.
I mean, I know I go out of my way to make a black shirt on a black mage because it does offer some
Uh,
immunity that they don't otherwise get.
Black shirt. Uh, so yeah, ice and time.
Right. Because and the thought process there, right, is that the black mage isn't wearing their armor to take a hit. They're wearing their armor for like resistance.
Yep.
Can we make it
I
two
think
out
it's
of
the
three to go down?
same. Okay, white shirt is fire and death resistance. Okay.
That makes sense.
I never can. I can never remember which one is which.
Uh, if you know your colors from Magic the Gathering, it makes sense that
No.
white would protect against red and black.
Oh yeah, I could see it. Yes. Okay. Now the ribbon's on the fighter, right? Or it's on the white wizard.
I honestly missed that particular set of menuing.
Yeah.
I was too focused on the shirt. But we got through carry this time, so let's get through Kraken without any wipes, and then we'll finish this game. Otherwise, the fights are going. I mean, you're doing the right thing in the fight.
Yeah. It's maybe menuing, like knowing what you want to do before. Uh, like what do I, how do I want to say it?
Like I know I'm gonna cast
Like
a fast on a
having a
fighter,
battle plan.
right?
Yeah, like having a battle plan. Uh, like before, like it's the fighter turn. Like what do I do with him? Okay, yeah, I all day, but you want to instantly know that yeah, it's fighter turn all day. It's the black mage turn. Cast. I want to cast temper right away.
Okay, so we make it through this time. Perfect. Heal pots versus cure 3. I don't really care either way here.
Yeah.
So typically my plan on Tia is exactly the same as my plan on Kraken. Whatever first 2 turns I suggested on one boss, I'll do on the other one.
We have fog too. Just saying.
It gets slept on so much. I use Fog 2
Yeah.
way more than I think people realize.
Yeah, fog 2 is I think it's really good. Especially on hard hitting bosses like the Fiend's fight.
Yeah, 4 hits for 140. A Fog 2 would have brought that down to like, I don't know, 4 hits 70.
Yeah, aquatics. Nope, not gonna happen.
Now it might land.
Nope, not yet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
How?
I
No,
miscounted.
not yet. Psh.
I miscounted.
You want to be the math teacher guy?
No. And doing math on Twitch, yeah. It's not happening.
Another one goes to the left.
No.
We win. I knew I liked these guys.
Thief stay on slot 1. Yep. I don't think I move any. I don't move anyone at that point.
Probably not. You want the thief to evasion tank, and if the fighter gets hit in slot 2, it's fine because the fighter's not dying to a hit.
Yep. And you want the black mage early on to cast fast, so it's dangerous to keep him there, at least for turn 1. After that, he has done his job. Like, yeah, he can just get punched. But that's the that's a ninja's job, just getting punched.
Nice.
Ooh,
Get that out of the way. Yeah, we want to life up this black mage though, so that way we can get temper casts, because we just saw 6 hits for 200. That's kind of rough.
Oh, we're getting there. Work. Yeah.
It's interesting that I saw on both players that they had the ninja self fast and they had the black mage fast the fighter. And I think my first turn would have been black mage temper the fighter and ninja fast.
Yep. Same thing.
Because you'd rather have a higher base attack and the fast cast than you would have 2 people with fast and one of them not be able to really do anything.
Do you have the number of steps at the end? I'm just curious.
There are 2 minutes left on this, so I think we will see it.
I'm curious for the number of steps.
Congratulations.
All right. 10,000 steps, 118 chests. Okay. 60 resets, 36 power off.
That's standard.
That's standard. The number of step is standard. The number of reset could have been more power off could have been higher if you had more. If you bought camping gear early on, even if it's just tents, just to get through the early game, especially with the canoe, no ship. Getting camping gear early is very important.
Right, and then recognizing also that not all camping gear is the same, right? So your tents and cabins are primarily your I just want to save and get through this. But you do need, keep a mental checklist of how many dungeons you have left, or not even a mental one, right? You have an auto tracker. So consider how many dungeons you have left, and then you need at least that many houses, because you want one before you go in and then one before you go in the next one. So it's usually a house in, and then I'll tent out, and then I'll house into the next one.
Yeah. And like we've said, just press up on the houses.
Yeah, once you buy 11 money, just buy as many as you can.
Yeah.
But
no, that was still what I really loved is the your routing in dungeons. That was almost perfect. Except the Topher, the second dive in Topher with the carry floor.
Yeah, get over that.
We went
nobody knows that one.
Yeah. Other than that, the marsh cave, the early marsh cave you had a few steps, like going to the left on the second row.
That felt more like being overwhelmed at that marsh cave. That was a
Yeah.
very rough cave. But you made up for it completely in
Okay,
Vault 2.0.
you're tracking manually. Okay, got it. But you're using the tracker, or at least a tracker. No, that was still a good run, I think. Just need to be a bit quicker on the which action you want to do. But that's gonna come with practice.
Yeah, decision making is
It's hard.
It is hard, and you the problem why it's so hard is that you're making the decision for future you. You have to kind of like allow yourself to go with the if I do this and this is the outcome, and if I do this and that's the outcome, like where am I going 2 steps down the road?
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be the biggest time save in terms of routing decisions and in terms of menuing, right? It's like what are all the different branches this could take, and however many layers you can hold in your head, that's going to be how much better off you are.
Oh, that was still a good run.
Yeah, no,
I liked it. I liked both of them. At least the second half of the first one.
First half was just as fun, except again for the early Earth cave. Those kill me. But
yeah.
Otherwise, are there any last minute questions from anyone in chat? Whether or not we did your VOD review tonight, because we're here for a couple more seconds and then gonna have to call it quits. It has been a lengthy evening, but definitely love to help out. So if you have anything else, we're still here for a little bit.
Yep. And don't forget, any questions you have regarding routing or anything, the new player doc bond is where to go. Every like most veterans are just want to help newer player to literally like just beat us, be better than us.
we welcome the competition.
Yep.
And so I'm going to speak for Chanagan here too. Like outside of the VOD review, even if you want to DM us or just call our attention over to a post, we'll get back to you. We definitely we're not going to be able to analyze everything, and oftentimes, and you might have heard a couple times tonight, Chanagan and I will disagree, and some of the other top racers will also disagree with both of us. But in general, I hope that we have some reasonable advice that you can follow, and if you like it, you stick with it, and if you don't like it, you try something else. And that's the beauty of this, right? Like, not everything we say is going to completely mesh with everyone's game style, but I'm hoping a lot of the stuff that we said tonight were high level things, like stop looking at a menu, make sure you know where you're going, and if you just watch it back for some of the areas that you were like, I didn't quite catch that, you're going to find out that they're not so many like, well, actually, you should have Invis 2 in slot 2, not slot 1, because this is going to happen when you press down. Like, no, I don't care about that. I care that you make these big picture decisions, and then you can start working about the micro stuff. All right, but I'm not seeing anything else in chat. And oh, no, one question. In my successful dive, I went out of my way to stack Invis on the white mage to keep my only life caster alive. Is it a waste of actions? No, I wouldn't say it's a waste of actions. It's the necessary action because you need a life caster.
Yep. The only thing I would say on that, you saw Ruse in White Magic 4, I think, level 4, and you didn't buy it.
So
that's something I've noticed. I wanted to say something, but I just forgot. But
sorry.
Maybe using that Ruse instead of the Invis cast.
Right. So Ruse, Ruse on a white mage is very important because that's kind of like the selfish evasion button, and a Ruse cast is going to give them 2 stacks of evasion, whereas Invis 2 is only going to give them 1. So if you aren't really that worried about your knight or your ninja taking the hit, I would cast the Ruse on the white wizard, so that way you get higher evasion stacks more quickly. Right. And I'll actually buy Ruse very early on, and sometimes I'll have my white mage tanking on a lich or a carry or something, because they're the only ones with access to it at that point, and I just need one more turn to get somebody kind of going. So don't sleep on Ruse. It's a very, very useful spell.
Yep.
Okay, I think that I'm going to call it here, and then I'm going to redirect that if any of you have, like we said, any questions, please come into the Discord. Man, one more question.
How do you,
Go for it, Shanigan.
Yeah, how do you know about remembering enemy weaknesses, especially instant deaths? Practice for real. Also, let me paste a site that I often use on a second monitor. If you have a second monitor, sometimes I just put this on the second monitor with the monsters, and I just look at them real quick. This is something I've done often, especially slimes. I don't know why.
I don't know any of the slimes. I think they're like Pokemon. Yeah. I think like the green ones are weak to fire and the red ones are weak
I don't
to
know.
ice.
I don't remember. But this site is very good for enemy weaknesses, any resistance. Like I use this a lot, and often during races too. Like I don't remember what if I don't know. Let's say I have a brain fart, and I don't remember what that if Quad X is death or time element. So I just look at it and sorry. Quad X is just death elemental.
So I would say that is a great resource on most of the enemy encounters, right? As far as the fiends are concerned, I would say try to commit that to memory, right? Like Lich is always going to be quakeable and zappable. Kraken, I believe, is zap and brack, and
Brack Bane.
I've always
don't remember zap.
Maybe he doesn't have zap. I've used zap on Kraken before. I guess maybe I was just lucky. Tia then has brack and bane. And Carrie has status. So confuse or hold and stun with that technically? Or stun is a power word.
Hold yes, stun is power.
Yeah.
So it won't work. Unless the power word is stupid high.
So let's put it this way. If hold would work, then Quad X would have worked, so just use Quad X.
Yep.
All right.
And Chaos you can just try to cheese him with Bane.
you could cheese him with any spell, right? Or is he's
technically
immune to death, maybe?
He's immune to death. I think Bane is the only one that can get through.
I thought you quaked him at some point.
Did I? I don't remember what I've done. I've done way too many.
Done weird things.
Yeah.
All right, folks. I'm actually calling it now. If you have more questions, take it to the Discord. Otherwise, thank you all for coming out. Shanigan, do you have the ability to drop the link in chat for Discord? Is there like a
command? Is this? I haven't done that in a while. Is this FF1? No. I don't remember.
There we go. Cool. Thanks, Jay Shy. So there's all of our stuff. The wiki is incredibly helpful for if you want to get really in-depth information about the randomizer, but come to the Discord. Everybody's there to help you out. We've got the boot camp underway. So these VOD reviews were for our second week of trying to get the Ducks on board for the Duckling Derby, which is our big event for new runners. So if you find yourself having stumbled in here and you were really intrigued by all the help that we were giving and all of the stuff that you could do on FFR, please come by. Please sign up for the Duck Derby. Give yourself a chance to race against some other newbies and show us what you're made of. And Shanigan, I'll let you take us out since I took us in.
All right. I'm not too good at these, but I'll try. Again, thank you everyone for joining in. Shumas pretty much said everything that we had to say. Again, ping us on Discord if you need have any questions or need help. We will happily answer your questions. And with that, we'll see you next week, I guess.
All right. See you all later. Have a great night.